Hi everyone, Chris here with Reveal Hypnosis, and I am going to talk with Mike here. You can see on your screen about hypnosis. And Mike has had hypnosis several other times than with me with Reveal, and I specifically do a Wellpoint hypnosis method. That is the pattern that I follow. But Mike, say hello to everybody and, where you're from and what interests you in hypnosis to begin with.
Hello, Chris. Thanks for having me as your guest today. I am from Little Rock, Arkansas. What got me interested in hypnosis was my first hypnosis session that I had was back in the mid-90s. It was actually my very first past life regression, and I found it very, very fascinating. But the hypnosis that this lady used, I guess I would describe as your stereotypical hypnosis, one that you would expect to see on TV, or, I didn't know what to expect when I went in, and,
Right.
like
what made you want to have past life hypnosis done?
Well,
was it just curiosity or?
It was a curiosity at the time. I was not aware of, by the way, I am a medium. And at that time I was not aware that I was a medium.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that there were things that was happening in my life that just could not be explained. Different, situations or memories, or, they say that feeling of deja vu, all of that. And of course it's very true, but I was not aware of all of that. So that was the beginning of my exploration. And that was through hypnosis. So, very traditional, like I said, you lay down on a couch and, the lady walks you through, the actual hypnosis. I didn't even know if I could be hypnotized or not. I honestly didn't know if I was being hypnotized or not, but I just went with it. And
so you were conscious the whole way through. I mean, you remember everything that you said and everything she said like that. You didn't fall completely out where you couldn't remember anything.
No.
Okay.
I was completely awake. And remembered everything. She pretty much was the teacher or the guide or the leader, as you would say, and she leads you through, everything. And she used an interesting technique. She called it the hot air balloon technique. So basically what it is she would count your body down from 10 all the way to 1 being you're very relaxed and you're ready to go on your journey. And then she tells you to imagine yourself coming up to a hot air balloon. And at that point, the hot air balloon, you step in, and then it takes off. And wherever it lands is what we're going to get out and explore. It's really kind of neat. So we landed in 3 different places. All of these were apparently were past lives, all different from each other, and all from different time zones.
Right.
Really, really, yeah.
Yeah. And then,
so
go ahead.
that was my first experience with hypnosis.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And then when was it? Has it been 5 years since we were with our friend? And he had taken, had just taken a hypnosis class, I guess, in college. And we did past life regressions with him. And that was my first experience with it. What was your take on that? Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. That would be David, our friend David.
Our friend David.
That was your first hypnosis. That's really interesting, and maybe I did know that, but David's approach was a little different from the first approach that I had. So his was a lot more the best way to describe it would be structured, you know, but yet he was not the leader. He empowered you to be the leader. So a little bit different format with
Right.
that.
Right.
You know, again, I mean, it's not like, you know, some people have fears of hypnosis because they see stuff on TV or they've been to comedy shows where, you know, the hypnotist makes them get up and do stupid stuff, you know,
like cluck like a chicken.
And, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really not like that. That you see is really, I don't know how the stuff works in comedy clubs. I've seen it before. We'll leave that for another topic one day.
Yeah.
But that's not, in my opinion, what real hypnosis is. But David's was a little different again. And as well as I remember, that was 5 years ago that we did, I went to 2 different places.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a little bit different this time because the 2 places that I went to were actually intermingled within each other.
Mm-hmm.
So while it was 2 different places, they were connected.
Right.
Over a time period or whatever. And I believe you had the similar experience in yours as well.
Yeah. And I thought it was interesting because it's like he had you going into a house and,
right.
you know, walking into the door of a house and then, you know, go through this first door and then look around and it, you know, it's similar to, hypnosis with Wellpoint in that all you're doing is you're just describing what you see. You know, you're not necessarily in the story of what's going on. You're just standing in the middle of a room, just on this one, looking around. Right. Well, okay, look to your left. What do you see? Look, you know, what about this person? Do you recognize them? And and I found it totally fascinating so much that I wanted to go into hypnosis myself.
Right.
You know, because I felt like it had a lot of value for me trying to figure out myself. So so it's like your spiritual, I can't think of the word, takes off. And you wind up trying to figure yourself out, trying to figure out this spiritual path that you're going on.
Right.
So
exactly. And that's very similar to how mine was David, is that he takes you into a room or, you know, it's a very guided tour is basically what it is. And you basically describe what you see.
Right.
The third time that I had it, of course, was with you. And that was with your procedure that you use.
Right. And that's Wellpoint Hypnosis. And I mean, prior to that, had you listened to the frequency music, what exactly did you think of the frequency music?
At first I thought, well, this is different. Because it is on a very low vibration. For those of us that like to meditate and use, you know, especially shamanic music, shamanic drums, Indian flute music, you'll find it very, very appealing. But it is the best way to describe it where everybody can understand, it's very low key, it's very low frequency, and you know, you listen to it before you have your session, and it really gets you in that mode and gets you on the frequency to allow you to go into your method. Now, your method that you use is a lot more interactive. So it's not so much that you're going into a room describing what you see, you know, or this or that. You're really aware of what's going on and are able to have full-on conversations, you know, with the instructor, with you. We've had 3 sessions, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. And each time was a little bit different. And
well, the first 2 were past life, and I believe the third one was a parallel life. We we worked on that one. Yes.
The thing I like about about your procedure is that you're able to set the intent before you go in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so one of the instructions and one of the homework is that you write down, you know, and we'll just pick a nice round number of 10, 10 questions. Some people pick more and some people pick less.
Mm-hmm.
Things that you want to know, have I ever, and I'll just pull some out. Have I ever lived in Italy? Or, why am I fascinated by trains? Why am I fascinated by 1946 in New York, or that time, that era, mm-hmm. specifically in New York? So you're getting very specific with that in order to find, the answer of why are you attracted to that time period, or that person or people of that era, or, mm-hmm. Whatever and there's just an infinite number of possibilities that you can come out of that. So it's really, really interesting.
Right.
It's really, really interesting to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What I think is very interesting is it's like nothing is really cookie cutter with this. It's like, you go into it thinking that, oh, okay, we're going to visit this past life and this will probably happen, and, blah, blah, blah. And, like it's going to be the same. And for me, it's like not one person that I've done, it has been cookie cutter. And yours really wasn't. It's like with yours, it's like your higher self wanted to speak. It's like, well, okay, we'll show you a little bit here, but let's go over here and talk. Let's do this. And your higher self was just dying to talk, and so we wound up going into the higher self portion or section of the session a lot faster, and addressing that. So that's what
I looking back on the 3 different types of hypnosis that I, have experienced in my life, I wish that I had been aware of this type of hypnosis from day one. Mm-hmm. This one was the most beneficial, and it seems like it's so complicated, but it's not, Chris. It's just the easiest position, the smoothest way to go into it. And you're just having a normal conversation, just like you and I are having a conversation right now in front of the people that are watching. Absolutely.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. I just sit back and ask the questions, and Absolutely. Just kind of, help guide it, but I'm not the one, it's not my show. It was your show, or it's whoever, and it's not a show. I mean, it's really, really going on, it's, it's like you can't make some of this stuff up that comes out, it's just, not anything you could have really dreamed of, really thought about.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So
it's a great, and I use the word introduction real lightly, but it is a great introduction to hypnosis with a big punch behind it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not, it's not some second or third rate, little program. I mean, these people that came up with this program, and now that you're certified and everything, there's a lot of effort that's put into becoming a Wellpoint hypnosis teacher. A lot of effort, a lot of training, and a lot of guidance. You have to really understand, what's going on, because you're wanting to get, the lack of the better part, a bigger bang for your buck out of your customer.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, the bottom line is just to help. Just to help someone figure out their life, just so their life will go a lot smoother. For me, that's the bottom line. But anyway, I want to thank you so much, Mike, for coming on and, talking about your experience with Wellpoint. And for anyone interested in having a session with me, I give the link below down to my Reveal Hypnosis webpage. And then I'm also on Facebook. under Reveal Hypnosis. That is my business. And thank you so much. Thanks for joining us, and hope to see you.